but I don't know if, like, because there's a 7 also happening, and I was talking about that. I'm like eventually we're gonna start cutting each other, right? Like, how are we gonna be doing this? So, but like within that, if we could keep Marty close and then have us two with him, I'm like, look at us, like comp wise, we'll be fucking strong. We have ears everywhere in the house, so if we want to turn numbers on something, we could get it. He's super fucking social. You're social as fuck. Marty's funny as fuck. I'm just sifting through and like listening to everybody.
I was gonna say you're listening. That's such an asset in this house. While everybody else is doing the big, the fucking attention grabbing, whatever. You like just like the collector.
Pretty much, a collector. So, and then when it comes to comms, like I obviously can pull some stuff off too. So
absolutely.
Like if we could win like 3 weeks in a row, like we could make a lot of damage in this house. Like after that, we kind of control the house.
Oh, easily. And then you gotta kind of look. But like that's what I was like. I kind of knew that the 7 was like keeping me on the bit of an outskirts when I went in the other day, and they were like, oh, like the 7 is guaranteed top 9. And I was like, you guys are gonna bring Gino, myself, Herman, and Moose to the top 9.
They won't.
There's no. They're absolutely. The second they get the chance. The second they get the chance. So sure. I like the idea, and I trust Herman a hell of a lot more than I trust Moose.
Yeah, and we were talking to me and Herman. I was like, yeah, man, I actually trust you, like more than anybody. So it's like, so like, are you down to do it? And he's like, yeah, man, like I'm actually really down to do it.
Okay.
So
I like it. It's Herman's somebody who we had a good conversation week 1. And I definitely think that, like, going forward, that could be good.
Yeah.
The 2 of us, Herman, Marty, we got good stuff with Helena. I think if Jay leaves, I think I can get Jess. And Kevin. We got a couple misfits, and I like that.
Yeah.
A couple. Jace and Steph. If we put the fear of Big Brother gods in them, like.
Yeah.
Don't think that they're free rolling here, and like we're just like, oh yeah, no, come on. Like, if we're like, whoa, what am I hearing over here? Like, what the hell's going on here?
So should I bring it up to her like after I guess the ceremony, and then before the next? Oh no, it has to be before. It would be today actually, right? Tomorrow's the ceremony.
But I would let today be the focus be on Jay, because Jay's going to pitch really hard today. Betty will campaign. I would let today be that, and then maybe tonight, possibly after everybody kind of goes to bed, be like, listen, like, heard something and just wanted to kind of see like where you're at, because it's week 2, and hearing these kinds of things week 2, you're like, fuck, like, what's the truth? And I just want, and like you can even say like, I trust you, and I want to be able to like ask you if I hear things, and I'm like, and not just like let them like fucking fester, and all this, you show that level of trust. You put somebody's name in their mouth, like, it just makes sense. But like, you also, like, I'm not saying like this is like I'm like, oh, you are. It's like if you think you're like, nah, it's not like too early, or it's like, it's dumb. Like, I don't think that, Moose is like that big of a threat to, try to like, put his name, because they already don't like Moose. Like, I talked to them last night, like, Moose was like airing out Steph's sexual history in front of Canada.
Oh, yeah, well,
like,
there.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, like if it's like, an HOH will be like a penne noodle or something like that, and drop it in so that I can just like eventually get to a point where I'm just like stack it all up.
I
And
have it in a bag now, but I want to try and figure something in my drawer. Because I'm just scared, like, there's something...
yeah, moving it or whatever, yeah.
moves around.
Is there any way that you could make your drawer sticky? Honey.
Ooh, honey's a good idea.
Honey, and then just like...
Yeah. Put like one shirt that I'm not going to use on top.
Yeah, wait for it to dry.
Yeah. Okay. Pen there, WHO. Yeah, okay. I know what I'm doing.
All right.
Forget. Okay, cool.
Man.
So, what else? There's that.
Business, and we're like, all right.
I check my agenda here.
Yeah. Okay. Vermont conversation. Good. Good
done.
graces.
Yeah, okay.
Moose. Can't trust him as far as you can throw him. Or
Yeah,
get
cool.
that there.
Have one of the girls go.
Take the shot
Take
for
the shot.
us. Okay.
Okay, cool. That's good.
I think if Jay leaves this week and one of us wins HOH next week, we are sitting
Really well.
really well.
Really well.
Yeah, Betty.
And I have a feeling it might be a double pitch next week.
You think so? Fuck, can you imagine we both?
Yeah.
You win the first one, I win the second one, or something like that.
Fuck, that would be-
Just fucking.
that'd be a statement.
Oh,
That'd be a statement in the house.
It's like that would actually be incredible.
Yeah.
Like, and think about it, like Melina was a threat to our game, gone. Jay was a threat to our game, possibly gone. Those are two numbers right off the rip that were gone. And next week, if we can take out another one, possibly two, regardless, if I win HOH next week, you can take somebody out, and then you or Marty or or Herman, can we, like, that's three strong competitors. Can we win HOH the week after that? There's another person on the other side gone, and we just start like one by one.
That's the way it's gonna happen. There's only 4 left.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
we gotta fight each other.
Then we have to
We're
fight
break
each other.
other's heart,
Then
but
we have to.
I'm good for that.
Hey, honestly, I would lose to you like a fucking champ.
Yeah.
I'd shake your hand and I'd say, Stavros, I can't wait for our Greece trip. You have my vote. And I'd fucking walk out that door.
It's gonna be sick.
I know. I love it. But yeah, no, just, yeah. I guess the biggest thing that I want is I just don't want you to think that like there's anything else in the house that I like was like keeping or like lying from you or anything like that. The moose secret was the only secret I have in this house, and now you're the only person who knows.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Check that. I think we'll be good.
We're sitting all right.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, we're playing Big Brother Canada.
I know, it's hard to believe sometimes, right? I wake up in my bed, I'm like, yeah, I'm playing a game right now.
Yeah, for real. I know. How are things going with? Let's talk a little, game. Yeah, like how's things going with Jason? As you guys like touching little hands.
I was just gonna bring it up.
Oh really?
We're obviously getting close. So,
Yeah.
But like I told like Marty too, because I don't want him to get in his head like. There's my game part.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's separate, right?
Right.
I'm not gonna interchange. both
Yeah.
characters.
No, it was funny. We were sitting on the couch last night, and I was like, hey, Martin, look at the kids. Look at the kids. He looked over. He was like, oh mon Dieu, Gino. Here we go.
Yeah, I was trying to resist myself at first because I walked in with her, right? And
Yeah.
she's obviously super cute. And I'm like, oh, Gino. I know myself. I know myself right away. I'm like, I'm going to be in trouble.
Yeah,
so.
you son of a bitch.
So I was like trying to be avoidant at first. And she even said, why were you so like weird or like hated me the first couple of days? I'm like, I haven't told her yet, but I'm like, if I know myself, like I just become avoidant. I'm like, this is trouble, stay away. Trying to control myself. But
Yeah, that's.
fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. Dude, we're in here for 70 days. I mean,
What
like,
scares me is
what the
'cause
fuck are we
I
like?
know. It's just the target part that scares me because like, people see that, they're like, oh, look at these two, oh, look at these two.
The one thing that you can kind of play, that I think you can play to your advantage, is the fact that people, like, there are certain stereotypes that people buy into in this house. This house is kind of created on bias. And you're both attractive young single people.
Yeah.
There is that almost like weird expectation that it was going to happen. And so the fact that people almost expect it to happen, I think it makes people a little bit kind of like, they almost think that they're reassured that their read on you was correct. And so they think that they know you better. And so then you become less of a threat because they're like, oh, Gino's is following the exact trope that I thought they were.
Yeah.
And so like.
Yeah, it's going good.
Yeah,
She's fun.
super sweet.
She's super sweet.
Funny girl and very attractive. And
So we'll see. See what happens.
50 age rooms of rocket. I wonder if Hermans and Steph are gonna become a thing. I was Mr. No-Show, man, so I'm kind of liking this. I'm sitting back, I'm like, I fucking told you, big brother. I told you. There's no way Kyle Morton is Mr. No-Show, man.
It's funny because they ask you at the beginning, they're like, are you into a showmance or flurmance and stuff like that? I'm like, yeah. Like I told them, I come in open-minded, but it's not my goal. And here I am, look at me already, day 10, and
No, I don't blame you, man.
But yeah, like I told like
no.
too, and like, I'm gonna tell you right now. Let's say it does happen. Like it's like me, you, and her, final 3.
Yeah.
Well, I'm cutting her and I'm bringing you to the finals, and for the reason like I don't care who wins, because one, money is it's not a big issue for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty well off out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And
I appreciate you letting me know that. Like that's a element. That's a huge element to trust. Like people use that against you easily. Yeah.
And 2, like I'd like to see like 2 fucking solid guys that started from the beginning together.
Yeah, day 2, day 1,
all the way to the end, and actually are in the end fighting for the title.
That's the thing is it's like I'm totally okay with playing a stellar fucking season and having people be like, why would you bring Gino to the final 2? You had an easy cakewalk to 100K.
Yeah.
And be like, you know what? Like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah.
This is a game that I fucking love, and to sit and to just know that I'm sitting there. That was like the Pretty Boys and season 2. Anthony and Dane, first night. Like they were both strong players. They could have taken the other one, the Kira. I love that season. Could have taken Kira, had the easy win, but they were like night 2, night 1. We were like, it's fucking us, and I respect that so much.
Yeah,
and I'm like, and it's just like, may the best pitch win, the best man win.
I like that. Like I'm a very competitive guy, and I don't want to.
So am I.
I don't want to compete with somebody that I know like okay, like I'm gonna beat you. Like it's.
Yeah, it's.
I want to go in there like and be like stressed and nervous.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be a fight,
and whoever wins, it's like you look at each other and you're just like, you're like fucking right.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
we did this shit, man. And like that's the other thing too is like you're saying you're well off of others. I'm 23 and I own a few businesses and like they're not profitable, but like I've done pretty like I'm just like I'm in a place where like I'm set up to do well.
Yeah.
So I'm like yeah, $100,000 would be great. $100,000 would be great. 20 grand.
Yeah,
20.
exactly.
Like I'm not. Yeah. Money is the way my parents raised me. My dad, man, I'm telling you. I'll tell you a quick story and then we'll meditate.
Yeah.
My dad, one time when my family was redoing our house, redoing our kitchen, my dad got the washer and dryer out of the wall. And I was like, oh, like, how much are you gonna get for the washer and dryer? He's like, what am I gonna get for him? He's like, I know this, person in the community, single mother raising a couple kids who needs a washer and dryer. Like, I'm gonna go bring them right over, put them in for, install them. And my dad's always been of the mindset like money is, money cannot be the driving force ever, ever.
It's passion that's what you're driving for.
It has to be, and it has to be people. It has to be passion in people, and like the idea of like something so small, but just like there was no hesitation. It's like, why the fuck would I want money? I don't know. And down the road, if anything ever happens to my family, I know that lady's gonna bake me something and bring it over, and that's the shit that matters.
Exactly.
And with me, I'm like, I'll make my money. I'll make my money one day, whatever. Right now, I'm playing Big Brother Canada, and it's the most beautiful game in the world.
Enjoy the moment.
Enjoy the moment, and I want. And dude, when I tell you that, like, you were the one person in this house who I'm like, I would love nothing more than it could be you, Betty, and I in the final 3. And we could be looking at each other going, "You want 100K? Fucking K." I'm looking you dead in the eye and going, Stavros. I want you to sit next to me on finale night. Like,
there's gonna be a puzzle there anyway. I'm fucked. Maybe it's a good puzzle, yeah.
All right. Good luck, Kyle. 5-piece puzzle. That's so funny.
Can't get 12. I'm never gonna make it on the 5 either.
Oh God, I haven't had to do a puzzle yet. I'm so fucking thankful. The second one of those things coming and be like, I'm like,
don't be like Gino. Do better.
Sitting here just like, trying to figure it out. But
all right. It's a good chat.
Great chat.
Yeah. So yeah, we're doing well. And it's
Sitting pretty good right now.
Yeah. Right. I just wonder what the HOHAs is like. I'd like something like, kind of like surfboard, the thing that we did there. Or like
endurance-esque, like.
Or like like endurance, like active something.
I get a feeling it's gonna be some. I could just see it being some form of trivia.
Trivia, yeah.
Spin like the A and B or something, and they ask true or false
Yeah.
questions, and you have to like. I could see that being the. Yeah, and those are the competitions that anybody has a chance, right?
Yeah, that's just like.
Anything physical, we have the advantage, but those true or false, on day blah, Jess said this to fucking, you're like,
What?
oh shit, I don't fucking know. It's got to be observant, but.
All right. Okay. So we're
Yeah.
good.
Let's get it in.
Just sit away from you a bit.
That's fair.
Boom.